welcome to SOC Mantra and welcome to another video of our Cisco Networking CCNA Lab series. In this video, we will configure a DHCP server and a relay agent to send broadcast messages from one network and get IP address from a DHCP server located on a different network. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's go to the lab objectives. And before going to the lab objectives of the DHCP relay agent, let's learn a little bit about DHCP Relay Agent. What exactly is a DHCP Relay Agent? So why do we use DHCP Relay Agent? As you know, routers stop broadcast messages, and by default, DHCP messages are broadcast messages that cannot cross or do not cross the routers. So DHCP relay agents allow routers to forward DHCP broadcast messages as unicast packets directly to the centralized DHCP server. So which makes the network management easier and it's cost effective because we have one centralized server and we do not have many servers for different branches, and it is scalable. So DHCP relay agent helps us to configure a centralized DHCP server for managing multiple networks or subnets. What does that mean? So if we have multiple networks or if we have multiple subnets, we do not need lot of DHCP servers. We can host one DHCP servers which is centralized, and that DHCP server can provide IP addresses to all the networks. So let's go to the lab objective. So in this lab, I have taken 4 routers, and one router is the headquarters where the DHCP server is hosted, and we have 3 branches, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Mumbai, which will be receiving the IP address from the DHCP server. So dynamically, all the clients on the Bangalore network or all the end users from the Bangalore network, Hyderabad network, and Mumbai network will be receiving IP address from the DHCP server that is hosted on the headquarters. Okay, so I have done the basic configuration like configuring the interfaces with the IP addresses appropriately. So let's go to the task, and as the task suggests, create DHCP pools on DHCP server in HQ. So as the lab suggests, create DHCP pools on DHCP server in headquarters. Let's go to the DHCP server located in the headquarters, and we need to create the pools accordingly. And as per our network for the Bangalore, the default gateway is 192.168.1.1, and start IP address, let's give it as 11 and add it. Let's go to Hyderabad. The default gateway is 2.1, and let's start with 2.11, add it. And for Mumbai, it's 3.1, and let's start with 3.11 and add it. So we have created a pool of for Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. According to the task, we have created the DHCP pools on the DHCP server in the headquarters. Configure static routing on headquarters for all branches. So let's go to the headquarters router, go to the configure terminal. So the command will be IP route for the Bangalore network. It's 192.168.1.0, 255.255.255.0, and the next stop is the interface address of the headquarter, it's 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.2. I'm sorry guys, its next hop is 10.0.0.1, which is the IP address of the Bangalore router. So for the Hyderabad network, it's 2.0, 2.0, 255.255.255.0, and the next top IP address is 11.0.0.1, 11.0.0.1. And same applies for the Mumbai router, it's 3.0 with 12.0.0.1. Okay, now let's verify it if the IP address or the networks are reachable from the headquarter. Let's ping 192.168.1.1. You can see we are able to ping. Let's try to ping 2.1. We are able to ping 3.1. So we are able to ping. Okay. But if you see, so let's see the other task. So configure default routing on Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai routers to route through HQ. So the default router, so we have to create default router on configure terminal IP route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0, and the next hop is 10.0.0.2 for the Bangalore route. So 10.0.0.2 is the IP address of the serial interface that is connected to the headquarter router. So let's configure IP route on 10 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0 should be 11.0.0.2. Okay, so now for the Mumbai, let's go to configure terminal IP route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0, and it is 12.0.0.2, 12.0.0.2. Okay, so as per the task, we have configured default routing on Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai routers that is going to route through HQ. And now the next task is configure IP helper address on Ethernet interfaces on branch routers. So what this IP helper address will do is, so once you configure the Ethernet interface with this IP helper address command and we provide the DHCP server address, the this will allow the broadcast DHCP broadcast messages that, and it will be sent through the router to the DHCP server that is located to the headquarter. So let's see, for example, if you see, if we try to configure DHCP, so as we have already configured default routing, now let's check if we are able to receive the IP address from the DHCP server. Let's check it. If I go to PC and if I enable DHCP here, you can see here the DHCP is not able to provide the IP address and the client is not able to get in contact with the DHCP server. So for this we need to enable the IP helper address or the DHCP relay agent here on the Ethernet interface of the router. So the command is, let me go to interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP helper address, and we need to provide the DHCP server address, which is 4.5. Okay, let's verify the DHCP server address here. So you can see here it's 4.5, and now let's try to get the IP address from the DHCP server. Voila! Now you can see you are able to receive 1.12 IP address from the DHCP server. Same applies for, let's see if we are able to receive IP address here. Yes, you can. IP address here. Yes, we can receive the IP address. Let's see if we are able to receive IP address here, as we have not yet enabled the IP helper address. You can see the DHCP is failed. So we need to enable the IP address, IP helper address on the Ethernet interface. So exit in its interface path is Ethernet 0/0 IP helper address and the IP address of the DHCP server. Now let's try to get the IP address from the DHCP and let's see. And you can see we are able to receive the IP address here and here as well. It's great. Now let's do the same thing here as well. Configure terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/0, IP helper address 192.168.45, and let's see if we are able to get the IP address. Great. You can see we can receive the IP address from the DHCP server here as well. So as per the task, we have configured the IP helper address on the Ethernet interface on the branch routers, and we have also verified the clients or the PCs are receiving IP address from the DHCP server. So the DHCP relay agent helps us to maintain one server on another network on a headquarter so that all the other branches can get the IP address from the headquarters. So which is a very scalable solution and it is also cost effective. So if you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any queries, please comment on the comment section and I will be happy to answer your query. Thank you. You have a good day and see you in our next video.